Hello students, welcome back to our English class. Today we are going to read the third unit from your textbook Hornbill. The name of the story is Discovering Toot, the Saga Continues. Now you need to be careful about the title of the story, students, because D is capital, T is capital, then S is capital and continues. It is not continue, let me show you, it is continues. And over here after colon, T of this the is in small. So, let me tell you that while writing the answers of reference to the context, which we fondly call as RTCs, if it is there in the question paper, the introductory sentence is compulsorily to be begin in a same fashion like this line has been taken from Discovering Toot, the Saga Continues, written by A.R. Williams. So, over there the name has to be written in a proper way, in the correct way. Now, related to the pronunciation of toot, many people pronounce it as toot or somebody says as tut. So, it does not matter, after all this is a short form, this is the abbreviated form of the name Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun happened to be one of the famous pharaohs of Egyptian dynasty, and he had died an early death. Whether it was a natural death or an unnatural death, we do not know. A lot of conjectures are there, shrouded the mystery of his death. So, here in this particular prose piece, A.R. Williams, our author, is going to reveal the way the forensic reconstruction has been conducted. Means the forensic reconstruction has been conducted in the Valley of Kings, and whose mummy it is now? It is Tutankhamun's mummy. So, the title is justified, the Discovering Toot, the Saga Continues. Now, there is a saga, saga means bond, right students, saga means bond. So, previously also the Tutankhamun was been investigated, Tutankhamun's mummy rather I would say has been investigated, and this is continuing, that what exactly the archaeologists are striving to discover the truth behind the death of Tut, that is Tutankhamun, right. So, to set to rest rather students, I would say that to set to rest the modern world's speculation about King Tut, the body was taken out of its resting place. As you can understand, that pyramid, the tomb, which is there in the burial ground under the pyramid. So, it was been done when A.R. Williams has written the story. From that year, we can count it back some 3,300 years. Before Tutankhamun's mummy body, means mortal remain, has been mummified and has been buried, and now some 3,300 later his mummy has been taken out again, and he was required to undergo a CT scan to generate precise data for an accurate forensic reconstruction. Right student, for an accurate forensic reconstruction, as the body was taken out. That is very much fascinating. The story contains this part also, that as the body was being taken out, raging wind began to blow, which seemed to arouse the eerie devils of dust. Eerie means I wanted to mean that strange devils of dust were just seeming to arouse. So, dark clouds gathered and appeared to shroud the stars in a grey colored coffin. When the body was put down for scan, the $1 million scanner seemed to keep from functioning. Means what I intend to say is that when the body was being put under the scanner stopped functioning. So, there was a sand actually in a cooler fan, and it was when he was finally laid to rest that the winter lay cold and still like death itself in this valley of the departed. Just above the entrance of Tut's tomb stood Orion, the constellation that the ancient Egyptians knew as the soul of Osiris. So, Osiris, who is Osiris? Osiris is the god of afterlife, supervising the young pharaoh returning to his rightful place. Okay, students. So, this is the background, and moreover over here you can find some of the important phrases, some of the important words mentioned over here, and this words are written in bold letters. I will show you. Forensic reconstruction, see, forensic reconstruction is there, and then scudded across gray, casket gray. So, all these are been enlisted. These are some of the new words and new phrases that you need to learn, and they are scattered throughout the chapter, as I mentioned, as I have mentioned in the previous chapters also, and they are very important also. What the significance that they carry is like, while you will frame the answers of the questions of this chapter, you are supposed to mention all these phrases as much as possible wherever required, and that is how it will show that how far you have learned the subject, learned the chapter, you are acquainted with the chapter, right. Now, related to forensic reconstruction, I might tell you that it means putting back together the evidence to examine a crime scientifically, right. That is the scientific investigation, means to examine a crime most scientifically is called forensic reconstruction. Now, funerary treasure comes next, which means store of money, that is the valuables related to funeral, right. And scudded across means moved swiftly from one end to the other. Now, the next is, I think, yes, circumvented, right. Circumvented means avoided something, especially cleverly or illegally, to make fool of and to run away with the things. So, this is what has been meant over here in this context. And casket gray means ash colored clouds hid the stars, as if the stars were dead and were placed in a casket or coffin for burial. Right. And computed tomography, it is already given in the chapter, students. Computed tomography, as you can see, it means actually CT scanner, that is the product which produce the body image through the computers. And coming to resurrection means coming to life after death. And eerie detail, finally eerie detail means detail related to the supernatural, or supernatural detail. Right. So, let us begin with the chapter that is means there. You are going to read, means what is the content, what are all these pages related to. Here you will find some Egyptian map which has been given, and this inset some more detailing of a place called Luxor, Thebes. So, all these are very fascinating and fascinating to learn through, because like in many a times you have seen in the TV channels like History Channel or Discovery Channel, some of the programs are being telecasted related to the history dating back to Egyptian dynasty, especially Tutankhamen. Tutankhamen, I must tell you that he was a very beloved, he happened to be one of the beloved pharaohs of Egyptian dynasty. Actually, over here Howard Carter was the British archaeologist. He actually has discovered Tut's tomb in 1922. That time he searched its contents in haste. The tomb had stunning artifacts in gold, caused a sensation at that time of discovery. Now, after months of carefully recording the treasures in the pharaoh's coffin, Carter began investigating the three nested coffins, right. So, when he finally reached the mummy, he found that the ritual resins had hardened. Means with the resins, the mortal remain of the body, I mean the mortal remain of Tutankhamun's body has been mummified, and that resin has got hardened, right. So, thus what he found is that Tut's body was got cemented, Tut's body got cemented to the bottom of a solid gold coffin. Carter set the mummy outside in the blazing sun that heated up to 149 degrees Fahrenheit, but it was no result. It was all in vain. So, to prevent the thieves from ransacking, he chiseled the body free to separate tooth from his embellishments, you know. Carter's men removed the mummy's head and severed, that is the cut Tutankhamun's mummy nearly from every joint, right. So, this is what Carter had to do all in all.